Now, most recently, Kyle Rittenhouse, which is, maybe the trial that's gotten the most national attention in years in this country, and you tweeted that that verdict was a legacy of 1619.
Yes.
And I want to know what you mean by that.
The fact that we own more guns in this country than any other country is certainly a legacy of 1619. In that, in the 1619 Project book, Dr. Carol Anderson, a professor at Emory, really connects this idea of the Second Amendment to the fear of slave insurrections. So the right to bear arms and call up a militia, yes, was to ensure that that the British would not be able to overtake the colonists, but it also was to ensure that enslavers had a militia that could put down slave insurrections. And so all of this proliferation of guns, which also makes us an exceptional nation. No other country has as many guns as we have. And then this idea that white Americans can patrol. They have the right to walk in open carry. This is not something that Black Americans can engage in the same way. We've seen Black Americans killed when they have a license to carry, when they're playing with toy guns, when they're shopping for guns in Walmart, because there's an automatic suspicion of that. And then there's a long history of white Americans who protest and fight on the side of Black Americans. They have also experienced a type of violence and the lack of justice that Black Americans have experienced. You can think about Cheney, Schwerner, and Goodman. So Schwerner and Goodman, who go down in Mississippi to help with voting rights, and they get murdered along with Cheney, who is a Black man. We've seen this again and again. And so I think that legacy of having an armed militia, of having white Americans feeling like they have to patrol Black people and Black protests, and a sense that you will be treated like a Black person in terms that you can be shot and there can be no justice for that, is certainly not a legacy of 1776. Even if you believe that Kyle Rittenhouse, that the verdict was correct, that for whatever legal reasons, he should not have been convicted. This is a young man who was not old enough to have this gun, who went to patrol and killed two people. Two people are dead. I don't know how we celebrate that no matter what. One can believe that justice was done through the legal system and not believe that we should be promoting someone who should not have done what he did and should not have been where he was. And I don't think that the response is to treat others in that way. That's not moral.